Hi, good evening. Welcome to today's live session. I am Dev here from Scott Sports India, and today I'm really excited to join with Lieutenant Colonel Bharat Pannu, who is a serving Army officer in the Aviation Test Flight Department. He has currently achieved a great feat, a great endurance feat. He is the first Indian to be on the podium of an international ultra endurance race, that is the race across America. So I can see Bharat here. I'll just go ahead and add him in. Okay, so for all of you who don't know, Race Across America is a race from. Good evening, Bharat.
Hi, good evening, Dave, and good evening, everyone, to all the listeners.
Yeah. So I'll just continuing with a quick introduction to what we have done here, and then we'll move on to you. So, Race Across America is a ultra endurance race, which is, as the name suggests, the race is basically from the west coast of United States to east coast of United States. It's close to 5,000 kilometers of riding, and generally riders do it under 13 to 14 days. So here for the very first year, as due to the pandemic, the race organizers went ahead and organized a virtual version of it, which was still as grueling. And we were fortunate enough to see Bharat in action throughout this virtual race, because that allowed us to see very closely what exactly happens behind the scenes. But the best part is Bharat ended up on the podium, and this is the very first time this is happening. We have lost Bharat there, but might be some connection issue, but he will be back. So it was, for the guys who were following, it was quite a close and exciting race that we had. It was some 4,800 kilometers where Bharat was quite close. It was a very closely fought race. We had contestants from 17 different countries. Okay, I think we have Bharat back here any moment. Yeah. So amongst all the riders, Bharat came out on the podium, and Bharat, first of all, it is really nice to see you off the saddle finally after those 12 grueling days. And every time we were looking at the updates, you were suffering quite a bit. And thankfully, we have a wonderful end to the race. So how does it feel finally?
So it's so relieving, like all the pain which I have gone through those 12 days. Yes, pain was there, no doubt, and but there was a feeling. Yes, at the end of the 12th day, there will be a smile on my face, and you can see that right now.
Yeah.
So it is actually a good feeling. It was a wonderful engagement we had with the crew. The crew was there in front of me, and it rarely happens that I'm directly interacting with my crew face to face, because all my cycling races had been on the road, and I'm leading and the crew is behind me. So rarely it happens that I see the crew face to face. So this was the first time that we were inside a room and we were able to interact with each other. We had a lot of talks. So it was a wonderful time we had together. There was a lot of pain as well, but in the end, everything waits off as the ending was good.
Yeah. So it was quite a long race. It was 20 hours of riding for back to back 12 days. So, and the best part was it was very closely fought race where we didn't know till the last moment, even 24 hours or 48 hours before what's going to happen, who is going to win. So I guess there would be a lot of pressures because you were left behind, then you came back, and a lot of that was happening. Someone else was overtaking, then you would come back in, and then again start pedaling. So how did you expect it to be so close, the race, and what were some of the most challenging times during those races?
Uh, From day one, when I started the race, and like it was in my mind and it was in my crew's mind that the only aim we had was to finish the race successfully and be a finisher. So that was the bottom line. We had never faced, as I had spoken to you earlier before the event started. We had never had an experience of such kind of race where I'll be riding indoors. So we were not aware how the body will fare. But as the race started, on day one, I was the last one, and continuously for day one, for those 24 hours or about 20 hours, I was the last one. I was the number 17. And as the day progressed, and day one, day two, day three, day four, I was progressing ahead on the leaderboard. 15, I saw then 12, 11, 10. Then on
Yeah.
day third, I saw number 9 for the first time. So I was so happy that I'm in single digit. So as day 4 and day 5 progressed, I moved up to the top 3. On day 6, I moved to top 2. And
Yeah.
I never had a chance to be at the top position, but the only endeavor of mine and the complete team was to stay in the top 3. So after that, we were on the top 3 position till the last day. But at some times when I was like sleeping and other riders used to take off, so I used to move to number 5 position. Then again, I used to fight back and come back to the number 3 or number 2 position. We
Yeah.
never thought that it will be a cat and mice race till the last
Hmm.
minute of the
Yeah.
event. And the competition was really tough. The competitors were veterans. Um, they were really prepared for the podium and they were just not giving up for the podium. We had number of time trials in between during the race where we were racing against each other and we were in zone 5. So it is hard to believe that in a 12-day race we had to like face each other and move to zone 5 to compete, and that too it
Yeah.
lasted for about like hour plus, and we used to see that like who gives up the first. So like my crew was so happy that I was never the one who gave up first, and we were so happy that the other person was giving up, and like he was posting we got myself and Marcelo from Brazil got applauds from Lee
Yeah.
Putnam, who stood second in the overall tally. Lee Putnam told that Bharat Pannu and Marcelo Soras are making the race really exciting, and it is really fun to ride with them. Even I got appreciation from Marcelo Soras that it was great riding with Bharat Pannu, and it was really a nail-biting finish.
Yeah.
We can judge from the fact that at the mere end of the race, the person who stood, the Lee Putnam from UK, stood at 4,126 kilometers. Me being third, I stood at
Yeah.
4,086 kilometers, and the third number person, Marcelo Soares from Brazil, who is multiple time Trans-Siberian finisher, and that too just not
Yeah.
finisher. He has been podium all 3 times, and he is a ramp finisher himself. So he was number 4, and he was just 20 kilometers behind me. That is 4066. So it was really a nail biting finish, and we really enjoyed it throughout.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So, talking about the extreme things like being in zone 5 for so long and putting so much of stress on the body as well. So, I was closely following you, and we did see that you ended up losing quite a bit of weight in the initial days. Uh, as much as you expected, in fact, much more than that. So then you had to take some nutritional strategies to tackle this. And also at the end of it, why don't you tell us how much lighter are you after those 12 days? What is the weight difference? Yeah.
Uh, so ideally speaking, as I have been training so long and I have done a number of races and under the directions of my coach, we are fully aware that there should be no weight loss during such an event. So the amount of intake which I intake and the amount or the output should be in equilibrium, because if there is weight loss, we will be actually losing our muscles. So it should not happen. Ideally, there should be no weight loss. And as I've done earlier events like Ultra Spice or K2K, we have been following our nutrition strategy, and it always works for me that there is generally no weight loss. I tend to lose fat from my face, but generally there is no weight loss.
Okay.
But this time, as we were riding indoors, we were actually not aware that how much calorie output is going in form of heat, in form of the effort which I'm
Perspiration.
putting on the trainer.
Yeah.
So on day one pass, day two pass, we were not able to notice quite some appreciable difference, and we were just prepared that okay, it is going fine, and we are very much the nutrition is tuned up, so we will
Mm.
not face any problems. But on day three, when we measured the weight, and we were like amazed to see that I've lost more than 3.5 kilos of weight, approximately 4 kilos. So it was water loss as well as some more, not just water loss, more than that. So the crew was really, really scared at that point of time. Like it was such a condition that it could be any medical emergency if I continue losing weight in this fashion. So we booked up our nutrition. We supplemented
Mm.
it. We increased the nutrition intake. Like I generally take about 250 calories per hour,
Mm.
but we increased it almost about double. We like made it straight away to 450 calories. So after that, I think we were able to sustain till the end of the event, and like overall body weight loss, which I've seen right now, is about a kilo. I am right now
Okay.
69, and I
Yeah.
started at 70. So we got that equilibrium. I was able to maintain it. So if you're talking about the food which I was eating initially in the 2 days, I was on liquid diet, and liquid diet always works for me. It is good, but there's small amount of solid food which I take just to for the craving which I have for solid food. But on day three, as we saw the nutrition fallout, so we supplemented our nutrition with more of liquid diet as well as more of solid food. It was bread omelette with cheese. It was dalia, churma, whatever I can think of. I was having. We were having sweets as well, like all those jargons which I used to just keep myself focused that I'll be on nutrition on liquid diet. Like everything went off, and I was eating like a monster. The
Yeah.
crew was really having a tough time to feed me throughout the those 12 days.
Yeah, I did see the crew, prepare everything and stick to the entire plan, and it was quite exciting to see them in action as well. So, just coming back to it, uh, you have always told me how important the crew is, but seriously, I never saw it, and you never get to see something like this when the actual race is happening. Everyone is on the car, you hardly see what's happening, you just see the rider riding. But this time, because it was a virtual race, we could see the pivotal role that the crew plays, and we saw some crazy things that they did to keep you cheered up, and especially when you're down and you're literally almost dead on the bike, they still have that last bit of edge that they can give it to you so that you can keep on going. So tell us about the crew and what all exciting things they did to keep you going for the entire 12 days.
Like crew was the lifeline of this event from day one. Without the crew, this such an event is just not possible. So I had seven crew members who were there 24 hours with me. They were taking brief. They were actually working two shifts, but the shifts were just for namesake that it is 12 hours. But they were actually working for 18 hours. They used to have a sleep of about 5 to 6 hours each day, and they were on the roll. The task which the crew was having, like it was endless. Starting from the strategy, how much kilometers to be covered in next 1 hour, next 5 hours, next 6 hours, next 12 hours. So how the other riders are faring, what is their background, how their riding strategy is. So this comes with strategy. Then comes the nutrition. What are the
Yeah.
amount of calories I'm taking, whether they are suiting me or not, whether I should be supplemented with more nutrition, what is my weight right now, logging all the calories which I'm taking right now, so that the other crew members they can take a fallback. Okay, what I had eaten due to which I am into this state, which should not be repeated. So all those factors from nutrition. Then comes the medical aspects.
Yeah.
With because we are actually pushing our body to such a limit that it can give up. It can give up in any way. So there was doctor on board who was taking
Yeah.
care of all those aspects. There was a physiotherapist, Dr. Aarti Nagrani, with us. Um, she was the centermost pillar around which all the things were functioning. she used to guide everyone like what Bharat needs right now, how much she was actually deciding on the sleep cycles, at what time should I sleep, and discussing with the crew chief like how much sleep should I take for that day, depending
Yeah.
upon the strategy, how should I be, whether I should be pushing ahead or not. So the massage sessions, the physiotherapy sessions used to take place when I was I used to get off the bike every 4 hours to 5 hours and take a brief session of about 2 minutes. And it was so quick, like a F1 pit stop, that everybody, like 4 to 5 persons, used to surround me and they used to work on me, give a big, like each uh, part of my
Yeah.
body used to regenerate, and I used to be ready for that next 4 to 5 hours of grueling session. So physiotherapy was the most important part, um, and like more extensive physiotherapy sessions used to happen when I was sleeping. So like all these patterns, all these, like we were saving time, a minute by minute, so that we can just move ahead. Like nutrition was taken care by Jyoti Tripathi. Crew chief, the strategy part was taken by Darshan Dubey, and
Yeah.
all these guys were interdependent on each other so that things can move on, and they are not just the only one who are taking decisions. Other than
Yeah.
that, Sushant and Saish was there, who were taking care of the photography and the videography. So all the live videos and the creatives which you had been seeing throughout the event, that was courtesy Saish and Sushant. Arham and Sandeep, these two crew members were also on board. They were taking care of me, and also they themselves did race around Austria, this race across West. So
Yeah.
initial for 4 5 days, uh, Sandeep Sandeep Kumar did race across West, and he was riding alongside me. Then Aram came, and Aram got onto the bike to finish his race across West. So it is just not me doing RAM, but the crew members were also there to do
Yes.
their part, take advantage of this opportunity and do race across West. So two of the crew
Sure.
members did race across West.
Mm.
So overall, this was the bundle which kept me moving. They were dancing in front of me, enjoying. We had good music in front of us, YouTube videos, Netflix, whatever possible, to just to keep entertained, just to keep moving. I was never aware that whether it's nighttime or daytime, because I was inside, and
Yeah.
the feeling of day and night was waved off. And the crew used to take care of me in every possible way. They used to keep me entertained. They used to feed me what I wanted to eat, and they used to talk to me. And just 12 days were passed like it was. I didn't feel any pain or any boredom. So that is the effect, and you can see that in the results as well.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I'm sure even it was a learning experience for us also to see the crew in action. It was great to see that. But coming from crew, it would be great to also talk about the equipment that you were on, because obviously it's as important. And again, there were dedicated members from crew to take care of the equipment as well, because that's such a important thing. So, can you tell us like what equipment you used? Do you have it around? If you can just show us, also, it would be great.
Yes, like one aspect which I missed out during explaining the role of the crew was the bike maintenance. So bike maintenance is also a very important role, because it is the bike is getting rolled up equally as the rider is getting rolled up. So I was using the primary bike which I was using is the Scott Foil 20, and the secondary bike which was on as backup, which I used almost about 2 to 3% in the complete event, was the Scott Addict 10. And I didn't face any problems with respect to the technicalities, all the components, all the bike didn't give up in any way. So that was a smooth journey, and that is actually very big thing, because if you have maintenance issues, then it really changes the complete frame of mind in which you are functioning. Despite the backup being there, you have at the back of the mind, okay, my primary bike is gone, on which I'm the most comfortable. So, as you are aware that I had ridden the Scott foil for my Kashmir to Kanyakumari trip also. Like that was like about more than 99% I rode the Scott foil. That also at that point of time it didn't give me problem. So I have developed a synergy with the Scott foil which I've been using, and it always uh, performs. So right now I'm
Yeah.
having this Edit 10 right now here, because I've
Yeah.
not set up the Scott foil. It is still in the packed condition. I landed up in Bangalore, and I have not dared to open up the stuff. So I'm having right now the Scott Edict RC model, which I use for climbing. It is the lightest uh, racing model of Scott series. So this
Yeah.
is the Edict RC. I've installed a carbon handlebar to this so that it is more light. So this I use for climbing during my endurance races. It has got a very light frame, which can be easily maneuverable. A very good bike in itself. So I have loved the setup which I have with me, and this has always helped me to excel in whatever I do. So that is the biggest source of my confidence.
Yeah.
And I think it's a blessing for my crew as well, because if the crew is aware that yes, I've got the best equipment with me, which is reliable, and as you have seen, that I completely service my bike myself. So that is the confidence which I and my crew have, that yes, if Bharat is getting a bike, so they are just tension free, that it won't be giving any problems to them.
Yes. Okay, I think Bharat, really, it was a wonderful experience witnessing the entire race, and I'm sure a lot of us who are watching this, and a lot of the enthusiast, ultra endurance enthusiasts who have seen your race would definitely be, more excited and more confident about achieving their own ultra endurance feats in future. And you're definitely laying down the formula for them right here. So before we end this, we will quickly go through the comments. I don't think we have many comments. Manthan, congratulations. Great achievement from India. I hope you win it next year. Definitely, we also hope that next year we are up there. And yeah, Cyclops says, inspiring race, proud to be an Indian. And okay, Hare Prabhu asks, what group set? So,
I'm using Ultegra 11 speed on all my bikes. It is the common group set which I've been using, not so that there's no duplicacy is not an issue ever. So that is
okay,
always working for me. Here on the in the listeners is like my physiotherapist and Dr. Aarti Nagrani as well. She is
yeah,
just clapping for us that the complete team has done a good job. Uh, the RAM finisher Kabir Rachure is also, and he's wishing congratulations on the achievement. Nilesh from Nasik is wishing congratulations. Thank you
yeah.
everyone for the wonderful comments, and like all these appreciation and good wishes is my like that is the energy which comes in form of the performance when I do. Thank you everyone for the good comments.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Good night.
Thanks Dave. Thanks everyone. Bye bye. Take care.